1,000 meters below the surface, the sun has never once touched the water. No light, no warmth, just crushing pressure, enough to flatten a car like a soda can. And yet, something lives here, something that glows, something that hunts in absolute darkness, something that looks like it crawled out of a nightmare, and has been doing exactly this for over 100 million years. Welcome to the Midnight Zone. Before we go any further, you need to understand where we actually are. The ocean isn't just deep or shallow. Scientists divide it into zones based on how much light reaches each layer. The first 200 meters is the sunlight zone. This is where you'll find coral reefs, sea turtles, and almost every ocean creature you've ever seen in a documentary. Below that is the twilight zone. Sunlight is fading fast here. By 1,000 meters, it's completely gone. And then comes the zone we're exploring today, the midnight zone. From 1,000 meters all the way down to 4,000 meters, there is zero natural light. Ever. The temperature hovers just above freezing, and the pressure is roughly 400 times what you feel standing on land. To put that in perspective, the pressure down here would be like stacking 40 cars on top of your chest. Nothing should be able to survive this. And yet, this zone is home to some of the strangest, most alien-looking animals on planet Earth. Let's start with the creature that basically defines this zone, the anglerfish. You've probably seen a picture of one, that huge mouth, needle-like teeth, and a strange glowing lure dangling right above its head. But here's what most people don't know. That glow isn't magic, it's bacteria. The anglerfish has a special organ at the tip of its lure that houses colonies of bioluminescent bacteria. In exchange for a safe home, the bacteria produce light. It's a partnership that took millions of years to evolve. That light has one job: to lure in prey that thinks it's found a tasty, glowing snack right before the anglerfish's jaws snap shut. Anglerfish jaws can unhinge and their stomachs can stretch to nearly twice their body size. Down here, food is so rare that when a meal finally shows up, you don't know when the next one is coming. So you eat everything, all at once. But here's the part that sounds almost too strange to be true. In many anglerfish species, males are up to 60 times smaller than females. When a male finds a female in this vast, empty darkness, which might only happen once in his life, he bites onto her and never lets go. Over time, his body actually fuses into hers. His organs shut down one by one until all that's left is a pair of testes, permanently attached, a living sperm bank for whenever she's ready to reproduce. It's brutal, it's strange, but in a place this empty, it might be the only way to guarantee survival of the species. The anglerfish isn't alone in using light. In fact, scientists estimate that over 75% of animals in the midnight zone can produce their own light. This is called bioluminescence, and down here, it's not just a hunting trick, it's a language. Some species use it to hunt, like the anglerfish. Others use it defensively. Imagine a shrimp that, when attacked, shoots out a cloud of glowing liquid instead of ink, distracting the predator while it escapes into the dark. Some, like comb jellies, aren't even producing light to attract or defend. The rainbow shimmer you see along their bodies is actually just light scattering off thousands of tiny hair-like cilia they use to swim. It's not bioluminescence at all. It's closer to a living prism. Then there are creatures like the siphonophore. One species, Priadubia, can stretch longer than a blue whale, making it possibly the longest animal on Earth, and almost nobody has heard of it. For centuries, sailors told stories of massive sea monsters dragging ships beneath the waves. For a long time, scientists dismissed these as myths. They weren't. With its arms and tentacles fully extended, the giant squid can reach up to 13 meters long. That's longer than a school bus, but it's so elusive that it wasn't filmed alive in its natural habitat until 2012, when researchers finally captured one, a smaller individual, around 3 meters long, on camera for the very first time. Its eyes are the largest in the entire animal kingdom, roughly the size of a dinner plate. Scientists believe they evolved this way to detect the faintest flickers of bioluminescent light in the pitch black, giving it just enough warning to sense its biggest threat. That threat is the sperm whale, one of the only predators large enough and brave enough to dive into the midnight zone and hunt giant squid in complete darkness, using echolocation instead of eyes. Scientists have found sperm whales carrying giant circular sucker scars across their skin, evidence of battles fought in total blackness, thousands of meters below anything we can see. So, how does anything survive this kind of pressure without being crushed instantly? The answer is surprisingly simple. Don't fight the pressure. Match it. Most Midnight Zone creatures have soft, flexible bodies with very little empty space inside. No large air pockets, no rigid bone structures that could collapse. Many deep sea fish don't even have swim bladders, the gas-filled organ shallow water fish used to control buoyancy, because at this depth, that same organ would be crushed instantly. Their cells are also packed with a special molecule that stabilizes proteins under extreme pressure, keeping them from deforming. It's a biological trick that took millions of years of evolution to perfect, and it's why bringing many of these creatures to the surface actually kills them instantly from the sudden drop in pressure, not the change in temperature. Here's what's wild. The Midnight Zone makes up more than half of the entire volume of our planet, and we've explored less of it than we have the surface of the moon. Every single expedition down there still finds species that have never been seen before. Every dive is basically first contact with alien life, except this life has been here the whole time, just a few kilometers beneath our feet. So next time someone tells you we've already discovered everything on Earth, remind them there's an entire world of glowing monsters, giant eyes, and fused mates living in eternal darkness, and we've barely scratched the surface. If this blew your mind, subscribe to Wonderscope, because the deep sea is just getting started.